Okay, so in these problems over here, you're really just calculating the rise over the run, or you can use the slope formula. I recommend that you use the slope formula because it's just, you're practicing how to plug it in, even if you don't have a graph. Okay, so just, if I were you, just show your work, practice using that slope formula, because you're going to get better and better and better at doing those type of problems. Here you have this, and it asks you determine whether line WX and line WZ are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. And remember, parallel means, you know, same slope, and then perpendicular means opposite sign, flip the fraction. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at number 5 or 6. Let's see which one's which one can we do here? Let's go ahead and do number 5, okay? One thing I like to do is I need to figure out what the questions are asking me. I have these points here, so this is point W, point X, point Y, and point Z, and this is asking for the M of WX. What does that mean? It means you're trying to figure out the slope of WX over here and the slope of slope of YZ over here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and draw a divider, and then I'm gonna use these brackets to line them up because I think that helps a lot of people. And then I use the slope formula, which we've already talked about. So M equals 5 minus 4 over 4 minus 2. The slope of that would be 1 over 2. Okay, so the slope of WX is 1 over 2. Then I'm going to go ahead, and by the way, this is the slope of WX, so this must be the slope of YZ. So that's going to be negative 7 minus 1 over 8 minus 4. So that's negative 8 over 2, and that is negative 2. Okay, so negative 2. And by looking at this, right, lines WX and YZ are indeed perpendicular. And the reason they are perpendicular, because if I take a look at this slope, right, if I'm going from this slope to this slope, well, this is positive, this is negative, and then the fraction is flipped. So that's for sure perpendicular. And over here, you're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. It's the same process. If you get you know, the same slope here and the same slope here, write parallel. If you get you know, opposite signs, flip opposite sign, flip the fraction type of deal, you're gonna write perpendicular. But if you don't have the same slope or it's not perpendicular, then you're gonna write neither for this one. Okay. Alrighty, let's go ahead and do, I'm going to assume that you know how to do this. Let's go ahead and do this one. No, let's do this one. Sorry, I'm pretty indecisive today. So it says passes through 0.73 perpendicular to line LM with point -2, -3 and point M -1, 5. This is saying that there's a line 1 passes through 0.73 and is perpendicular to another line, we call that line LM, and it has those 2 points there. So I'm going to go ahead and plot the 2 points over here. So that's going to be -2, -3, and then -1, -1, 5. So 2, 4, 5. Right? Am I plugging these in right? It looks like I am. Hopefully I'm not making any mistakes. Okay, good. So then, since those 2 points are there, this line contains those 2 points. Okay, I did a horrible job doing that. Let's fix that right now. Can I redeem myself? No, I can't. So it should look like this. There we go, I think that works. Okay. And then draw my little arrows, and then this should be point L, point M, and then there is another point right here. That's 0.7, 3. 3, 6, 7, 3 right here. Yep. We call that point P. Now, I need to go ahead and figure out, okay, well, this line is already established, but this line, or this point doesn't have a line, and that line isn't, you know, established yet. So let's figure out the slope, and I have these 2 points that are going to help me figure out what to do. So m equals 5 minus -3 over -1 minus -2, 5 plus 3 over -1 plus 2. Y'all, that's 8 over 1. Wow, that's cool. 8 over 1. So the fact that it says perpendicular, that means I need to take this slope, right, and make it perpy. So I'm gonna make that, so the perpendicular, it's opposite sign, flip the fraction. Since this is positive, then this has to be negative. And then I'm going to flip the fraction, so that's going to be -1,8. So what am I going to go ahead and do with this point here? Well, I'm going to use the slope. So I need to go down 1, right 8, right? So down 1, right 8. But look at this. I'll go down 1, 1, 2, 3, and then it's just off the grid. So now what I have to do really is I'm going to go ahead and do the opposite of all of this, because that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm actually going to go up 1, left, right. So up 1, left 8. Like that, right? So let's try it again. So I'm going up 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there. I think I put it over here, but I meant to put it right here. I think I miscounted. So you're going up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? And then you can repeat that. You're going up 1, and then right 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you start connecting the dots. Just like so. There you go. Does that look perpendicular? Yes, it does. Alrighty. And then here, you're looking at these graphs, right? And your goal here is to find the slope of the line and figure out, you know, the slope parallel to it. So you should have whatever you put here, you should put here. Whatever you put here, you should put here. Whatever you put here, you should put here. Okay, really, I think this is, we've done enough examples of finding the slope. We've done rising over running. No, I think you're good to go with this one, and then you should be good to go with this one. But I know I'm going to get questions about this one here, right? So we can see that this line is undefined, right? So the slope of this, I don't know why I wrote it over there, but we can put it over here. So that's undefined, right? So if this is undefined, if I were to give you and we know that undefined has a 0 in the denominator, right, and the number in the numerator, what is the perpendicular of that? Well, we know that we have to change the sign. So that, let's say this is positive, right? I don't know. Let's just say it's positive, and this has to be negative. And I'm flipping the fraction, so it's 0 over a numerator, right? So really, if 0 is in the numerator, right, 0 divided by anything, that's actually 0. So really, this is a 0 slope, and it should intersect at a 90-degree angle, just like so. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully this homework help actually helped. You know, if you have any questions, you know, feel free to ask the instructor. Come to tutoring. We're happy to help you in some sort of capacity. Okay? See you!